Good morning, friends. Welcome back to Just Writes a Book. I am Jess, and today I am going to be diving into a new series. So lately, all around the AuthorTube, Instagram space, there have been all these challenges going around. There have been the author's version of the 75 hard or 75 soft. Some people are doing this 185 insane. There's 100-day enhance or 100-day level up. There's a bunch of challenges going all around AuthorTube and, like I said, Instagram, and it seems like everybody is diving into these different challenges, whether for the summer or for the next 6 months of the year. I will tag some videos down below that talk about these challenges. This all kind of came at the perfect time because I had been thinking about making some changes around here on the channel and trying something a little bit different. I had originally, if you see my last few videos, they have been very focused on the Hollow Crown, and I had changed up my thumbnails, my intro, everything to center around the Hollow Crown, and I had originally intended to do specific series based on what book I was working on. So I was going to be very focused on the Hollow Crown right now, and then once I finished draft 1, then I would move on to, originally my plan was to start working on some of the short stories that I had previously started writing this year. But I found that when I try to focus on one story and don't let myself kind of explore a little bit and jump in and out of my other manuscripts that I have, other stories that I've been working on, or just kind of run with any ideas that come up, I don't write as much. When I allow myself to kind of jump around and write where I want to and what I feel like writing on any given day, that is when I do the most writing. So I'm gonna kind of scrap the idea of sticking to one story and one series at a time, and I'm gonna try something different. I noticed that there are not any, maybe not any, none that I have come across, daily vloggers in the AuthorTube space. People daily vlog during challenges. So when Nana was a thing, they daily vlogged during that. When people are doing 30K challenges or whatever, they vlog during those. A lot of times now people vlog during the Rough Draft Challenge, which is Sarah Cannon's challenge. I will link her down below. So when there's something like that going on, people will daily vlog. But daily vlogging on the whole, just as a normal thing, isn't really a thing on in the AuthorTube corner of YouTube, at least not that I have come across. My husband and I watch several daily vloggers. A couple of them are Disney vloggers, but a lot of them are kind of shifting their focus to a little bit more of their daily life, and Disney is just kind of secondary. We watch a couple who live in Alaska who are daily vloggers, and I had the idea, or I came to the realization, I should say, that I haven't really seen that, like I said, in the author space. And I thought maybe that would be something cool to try. I do like daily vlogging when I have done it during Nano and during challenges in the past. I actually find it easier to edit. I can edit shorter clips throughout the day and be done by the night, and then just post it and move on with my life for, that day. And often I think it's easier to edit, one day's worth of content. So, an hour, not even an hour, maybe half an hour worth of content rather than an entire week, which sometimes has 2-3 hours worth of raw footage. To me, it's easier to edit it down for one day and end up with a vlog that is 10 to 20 minutes maybe. So I think I'm going to try this out. I put a post on YouTube asking my subscribers what they think. I talked to some of my friends in the author Discord that I'm in, and nobody was really no, that's a stupid idea, don't do that, nobody wants to watch that. There were people who said, it might be harder for people to watch, you may not have people watching every single day, which I expected. Like I said, my husband and I do watch those specific daily vloggers basically every day. We watch them while we're eating dinner, and that has become kind of our routine. But I know that most people are probably not going to be like that. So after reading the comments that were on my YouTube post and talking to my friends, I had decided that I wanted to give it a try, and just see how it goes, see if I like it, see if it works out, see if the editing actually works the way I think it's going to, see if I can diversify each video enough so that it's not just the same thing every day. And figure out how I can focus on my writing as well and kind of incorporate everything that I want to incorporate. So as I was thinking about these daily vlogs, I kept seeing all of these announcements and videos and Instagram posts about these challenges, and the 185 insane, and like all those things that I said. And I thought, why not kind of mesh the two and do a little bit of an experiment? So that is what I'm going to do. I am going to do 75 soft. I have come up with a list. I sat down yesterday and wrote out a list in my commonplace journal of the items that are going to be on my like daily to-do list, basically the items that I want to focus on for the next 75 days. Some of them are writing, yes, but there are other things. So this is kind of incorporating the 75 soft like fitness challenge that has been going around for years, and then writing. So I will show you guys what that page looks like, what items are on that list. But for the next 75 days, I am going to post daily. Hopefully I can actually stick to that and make it happen, and bring you guys along on this 75 soft challenge. It is a way for me to do the challenge, but also kind of experiment with daily vlogging and see how I like it, how it goes, how the views go, is it worth me doing, and then kind of take it from there. So today is June 6th, Friday, June 6th, and the challenge will go to about August 20th, I believe. I have to look and calculate exactly what 75 days is, but it's basically to the middle of August. And I'm going to attempt to do the vlog, like I said. So welcome to today. Today is kind of my starting off day for the 75 soft author edition. I want to watch some videos. There are, like I said, a ton of videos on this topic that I want to watch and just kind of see how people are vlogging these challenges. What are the things that people have on their list, because maybe it'll spark an idea for me for something to include on my list, and just to support my fellow authors and what everybody else is doing, since I'm hopping on the trend as well. And then there are also a couple of videos that Sarah Cannon has put out in the last like week, I think, about writing and finishing your novel. She also put out this like finish your novel toolkit, and Sarah is someone who is always super motivating to me. Her workbooks and like planners and stuff that she does are always super helpful, and I am at a point where I definitely need it, because I have not written significantly for the Hollow Crown in like almost 2 months. I did a live with Brooke and Hannah last week or the week before, on the 28th, and I managed to write, I think I wrote about maybe 1,000 words that day, if that, but that is literally the only words that I have written in the past almost 2 months since I finished the rough draft challenge in April. So I need to get back on track. I need to get myself refocused, get everything like recalibrated and reset, and get my mind back into the story, back into writing. I'm not going to only focus on the Hollow Crown for the 75 soft challenge. I will probably end up working on some of my short stories that I don't know if they will actually be short stories because they're already kind of long, at some point during this 75 soft challenge, but I think that might probably be in July. I would like to use the rest of June to finish draft 1 of the Hollow Crown. I'm in Act 3. I'm several chapters into Act 3. I'm getting towards the end. I would like to finish it. And I also want to send out Act 2 to my alpha readers. So those are kind of the two biggest things right now at the beginning of this 75-day challenge. So this first video might be a little bit longer because I am actually going to do 2 days in this vlog. I have one more Disneyland vlog that I need to post. So I'm going to put that up today on Friday, and then this vlog, actually I may just make this first vlog a weekend vlog and have it be from Friday to Sunday, and then this will go up on Sunday, and then starting Monday I will start the actual like real-time vlogs. My goal is to film from the morning when I get up all day to like the evening, have everything edited and post it at night for that day. I don't really want to be like a day behind. I know a lot of daily vloggers do that, but one of the daily vloggers I watch records like throughout the day and then posts his video sometime that same day, so everything is like real time. And I think that is what I want to do. So yeah, this intro has gone a little long, but thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate all of the support and you guys sticking around as I try different things and kind of figure out where I want to take this channel and how I want to move forward. I really appreciate all the support and the comments and the love. And yeah, let's dive right into this first video, this first day of 75 Soft Authors Edition. Okay, guys, so I know this lighting is not the best. I'm absolutely backlit, but whatever. So I'm on my couch now, as you can see. I am going to pull out my commonplace journal where I made the list of items that I want to focus on for 75 Soft. I think the first thing that I'm going to do today, actually, you know what, let's do a little life update. If you do not follow me on Instagram, you should, because that is where I post a lot of like daily updates and like word counts for the day and things like that. But I mentioned recently on Instagram that our pit bull Lily hurt her back leg. It was a whole thing. We had to take her to the vet. She is kind of hobbling around. She was only kind of walking on 3 of her legs. It turns out that she like snapped a tendon in her back left leg. And it is going to take months of recovery. It will probably never be, or not probably, it won't ever be fully healed. It will never be fully the same. But my cousins all have pit bulls, and I guess the same thing happened to their dogs. And with months of like rest and like letting the inflammation go down and being on pain meds with enough sedation to kind of keep them calm, plus joint medicine, anti-inflammatories, and that kind of thing, they all recovered and were able to start walking normally again. They're definitely like slower and are like have some arthritis and stuff, but on the whole they are much better. So I'm hoping that will be the case for Lily as well. My cousin's dogs are all a lot older than Lily when this happened to them. Lily's 8, my cousin's dogs were all like 12. So I'm hoping because she's a few years younger, she'll bounce back a little bit quicker. So we have been giving her all her meds. We are like carrying her basically up the stairs. We ordered her a new dog bed. We've been picking her up and putting her up on the bed at night. She doesn't jump up on the couch anymore. So the next few months, or the next month I should say, the next like 4 to 6 weeks is really going to be her just like sleeping, resting, not moving around as much, and trying to let that inflammation go down. So that's been happening. Work has been pretty busy. And I actually ended up pulling something in my back yesterday. I don't know what I did, but my lower back has been killing me. So I'm sitting kind of awkwardly right now because I have a heating pad behind me, trying to get some heat on it. So hopefully it will help. But yeah, so I'm off today. I took a PTO day today. Nick had to go to the transplant center. If you're new around here, I guess I should say that my husband is a kidney transplant patient. He's currently on the kidney transplant list here in Nevada. Oftentimes he has doctor's appointments, testing he needs to do labs, that kind of thing. So he had to go to the transplant center this morning to do like a pulmonary exam. And so I decided to stay. Originally I was going to go with him. That's why I originally took the day off, but with what happened to Lily, I decided to stay here with her so she's not alone. I feel really bad because she's been like basically sedated, but we also don't want her like moving around too much, jumping on the couch, all those things. So I decided to just go ahead and stay with her. And this is the perfect opportunity for me to work on my first day of 75 Soft and getting myself kind of reset and set up. So I'm going to pull my commonplace journal out, show you guys the list that I made, and then jump right into watching some videos. Okay, guys, so I wrote the general like daily list that I'm going to follow here in my commonplace journal, but I'm actually going to end up doing to-do lists every day in this Erin Condren journal that I have that has some blank pages in it. So this is just going to be like my template that I put in my commonplace journal, like I said. So I need to adjust these dates because I am starting this a day later than what I had originally thought I was going to. So I need to fix that. But as you see, it says 75 Soft for authors. So I have write something every day, something being any of the stories that I have. Like I said, I write better when I allow myself to just kind of jump around into whichever story I feel like writing. Like I said, for the first month, probably, I'm going to try to focus on the Hollow Crown and get draft 1 done. But after that, I do want to just kind of let myself write whatever I feel like writing. I would like to try for 500 words a day at minimum. Then 3 pieces of content every day. I watched Kate Kavanaugh's video of this, and she was kind of unsure what counted as content, what didn't. Does it specifically have to be Instagram? Does it specifically have to be TikTok? Whatever. To me, that's any kind of content. I'm kind of taking it as a general term. So a YouTube video could count as content. Instagram could count as content. If I'm just doing like a post on YouTube, that could count as content. So basically anything that is on any kind of social media or like website, any of the things that I do, I'm just going to count those as content. So 3 pieces of content every day. It doesn't necessarily have to be like in one app. 5,000 steps a day. This one is hard for me, which I know is like kind of sad because the goal for everybody is supposed to be 10,000 words. But I work a desk job. I work a very sedentary job. The most I walk around is like to go get lunch, to go get water, to go to the copy machine, which isn't that often. So 5,000 is a stretch for me. I would like to start doing more walks. I've seen people in their videos, or I forget where I saw it, maybe it was a TikTok, where people do these like walking breaks at work, and they'll just kind of get up and do like a lap around their office or around their building. And our building where I work is a circle. Like all of the offices are set up in a circle. So that would kind of work. I could just do like a couple of laps around the building itself. So I might start doing that to add in some more steps. I want to have a set morning and evening routine. Over the last couple of weeks, I have gotten into place a morning routine that works for me. Because of everything going on with Lily and everything, I haven't been able to fully stick to it every single day, but I have come up with a set morning routine that I would like to try to stick to as often as I can. Evening routine for me is more like getting off my phone at a certain time, reading before bed, doing, skincare, brushing my teeth, taking a shower, doing that kind of thing. So I think I might do on these pages the same like kind of setup of a list of like what do I want to be in my morning routine and what do I want to be in my evening routine, just so I have that down. Drink 40 ounces of water. Again, this is a stretch for me. I am not good about drinking a lot of water, which I should be. I'm on Ozempic, and I mean everybody needs to drink water regardless, but when you're on Ozempic, they like stress even more that you should drink water, and it helps keep you full and all the things. So I need to get better about water. I'd like to do some kind of movement every day. This kind of ties into the 5,000 steps. But again, if I'm walking every day, then that will kind of check off both those things. But I also use this app called the Alive app. I might do a separate video maybe about different tools that I'm using, different apps that I like, things like that. We'll see. But there's an app called the Alive app, which is a like fitness, like workout app. And they have different challenges and programs that you can do. I started a walking one, so I might stick with that one, but they also have a like strength training one that I think I might start. So yeah, just some kind of movement, some kind of exercise, yoga, whatever, just moving my body in some way every day. I have another app that I've been using called the Track It app, I believe it's called, to track my food, to try to stay in a calorie deficit. Again, I am on Ozempic, but I feel like it's not working as well as it once was. So I need to go see my doctor about that. But I'm definitely trying to get back into the habit of tracking and making sure that I am in a calorie deficit. I want to do 30 minutes of reading every day. This one I have been doing because I listen to audiobooks a lot, whether on my way to work or at work. But I would like to sit and try and read a physical book every day. I did just start a new like buddy read with Ray. I'll talk about that later, but this is more like 30 minutes of like reading a physical book at some point during the day, whether before bed or whatever. Better sleep routine. I am horrible. I end up like scrolling my phone until 11 o'clock at night, 12 o'clock at night, and then I only get like 5 hours of sleep. Everybody's supposed to get like 7 to 8 hours of sleep. I would ideally like to get 8 hours of sleep. So many people that I follow say that they shifted their routines to get 8 hours of sleep, and after like so much time of that, they felt such a huge difference. And I'm someone who is constantly tired. I would like to finish a knitting project. I just got some new yarn that is perfect for June and Pride Month, so I would like to work on that project. I want to work on 1 hour of VA work every day. I work as a virtual assistant as a side job, and I find myself kind of getting behind on my tasks for my clients, which I obviously don't want to do. They're paying me to do these things. So I would like to get myself to a place where I'm doing 1 hour of work every day. And then I also want to keep doing learning. So at the beginning of the year, I talked about what my goals were for the year. And one of those goals was to just kind of always be learning new things about writing. watching YouTube videos on it, and listening to podcasts, and reading different like craft and like technical books. And I was on that for a while, for like the first, like probably January and February, and then I fell off, and I would like to get back to that. Just learning and absorbing new information and trying different ways of outlining and ways of plotting and learning more about revising and just things like that. So I have that on here also. So yeah, Dobby's over there crying because he wants to go outside. You can see him right there. So I'm gonna go let him out. I'm gonna put this video on. This is Amy Landino. I have been following her on Instagram and YouTube for years, probably like 10 years. She is a kind of like self-help, motivational, like organizational positivity, like kind of person, you know, like that's her content. She's written a few books. Her book, Good Morning, Good Life, literally changed my life. It's all about like becoming a morning person and how to like maximize those hours in the morning. And that book came out in like 2019, I think. And that book literally changed my life. I went from like sleeping as late as I could, give myself like 10 minutes to get ready for work, never wanting to get up early, to getting up at like 5 every morning, or between 5 and 5:20. I've been doing that routinely for years. And it was after I read her book and put into place the like habits and things that she talks about in that book that I started routinely getting up early. Am I like a happy morning person? Do I enjoy getting up that early? No. Do I still have to convince myself to get up early? Yes. But I do it. And again, a lot of those tips and things that she talks about in that book are what still help me to this day. I actually want to do a reread of it. But yeah, I watch a ton of her videos. She always has stuff about like time management, calendar blocking, like things to stop doing, to stop wasting time, which is what this one's about. So I've been meaning to watch more of her videos. So I'm going to throw this one on first, let Dobby out and kind of get the dog settled. And then I will work on seeing what I want these evening and morning routines to look like.
Single hour to your work week. Stop multitasking. Here's a lot of things done that are close to each other and may seem little or trivial or not.
Okay guys, so while I watched Amy's video, I went through and created my morning routine. These are the things that I've been kind of trying to focus on in the mornings. Some mornings I can do all of these, some mornings I can only do one or two of them, which is totally fine. Just doing what I can on this list. And then I created my evening routine. Then I also came up with like a food list. I really need to get better about my eating habits. Like I said, I want to try to be in a calorie deficit, and that works for me better when I focus and I eat kind of somewhat the same things. So I made a list of the things that I want to eat and just kind of be my like routine. So I did that. Something that Amy talks about a lot is time blocking and calendar blocking, which is something that I really wanted to get into. I am on my third Amy Landino video now. I've watched videos about calendar blocking and planning out your week and time batching and just like organizational time management type of things. I came up with this very like rudimentary, poorly drawn calendar. It makes sense to me though, and I feel like I have a good idea of how I want to move forward in the next 75 days. I think this will be the perfect chance to test out this like time management system as well and see if that works for me. Again, it looks like gibberish, it looks nuts, but it makes sense to me. So we'll see how that goes. I am very good at planning things. The follow through, not so much. So we will see if I can manage to follow through on this. So I did that. I also came up with some like pillars and buckets of things that I want to focus on for both work and personal time. So, or like personal work, my VA job, things like that, writing, all of that. So I did that.
Or maybe even 20 abandoned notebooks full of story ideas that never got finished. You are not alone there. Maybe you're really good at getting excited or seeing a big picture or having other characters or story moments of life. Maybe you're really good at getting to a certain point or even writing an entire draft, but you never quite finish your story all the way to completion. There's a reason why this keeps happening. And once you begin to understand why you're stuck in the cycle, you finally break free of it. And that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to tell you 4 core reasons why writer.
watch out.
That does, when you spend all your time working on getting stories, so that would be one, right? You get your stories, you analyze them, what is closest to being done, pick that one. So once you've started some momentum, hopefully you feel confidence and encouraged to keep working on the next story. Another tip is look at all the authors that you admire and think, who do I know story do you like? Whose career?
So this is why I love watching YouTube, why I love like surrounding myself with other authors and other people who are coming up with new ideas for things, because watching Sarah's video about like why we keep abandoning our novels and how to like flip that and stick with them just gave me an idea for something that it's so simple and like so obvious. I have Dobby on my lap because he keeps trying to play with Lily and he can't, because obviously she can't run around and play. And we have to make sure he doesn't like step on her bad leg or anything. So Sarah just mentioned, you know, basically exactly what I was just talking about wanting to be able to jump from story to story to story, and how I write better and I write more when I write that way. And her tip is to pick one story and stick with it, which is essentially what I'm doing right now. Like I said, I'm starting with The Hollow Crown. I want to finish it. But she mentioned that a friend of hers had this issue where she was always having other ideas. And of course we want to, we get distracted by like the shiny object. I want to go towards the shiny object, which is absolutely me. And so she had a friend who had this problem and always had this happening, and because of that she never finished like the main project that she was working on. So what she started doing was having like side project Saturdays. So if Monday through Friday she got her writing done, whatever her goal was for that week, then on Saturdays, instead of playing catch up on the main story, she would allow herself to focus and get creative and play around with one of her side stories. I love the idea of that. I really want to get back into getting up early in the morning on the weekends and writing and having just a quiet, slow morning. And so I love the idea of using that like morning time as a motivator throughout the week to hit my writing goals, and then on Saturday being able to sit and be creative and jump into those other side stories. I think that is a great idea, so I'm gonna try that. I don't know if I'll do it this weekend since I'm just starting out everything, and I haven't written this week, so this week I'll probably be focusing on The Hollow Crown, but maybe starting next week, that is something that I will do. I will try to hit those writing goals Monday through Friday, and if I do, then Saturday I can work on one of my side projects. I love that idea. So this is why I love watching other people's videos, why I love YouTube, why I love this community, because we are able to support one another and kind of push each other to things that we wouldn't have thought of or wouldn't have otherwise tried. Later now, it is about 11:15. Nick is home. He ended up bringing McDonald's home for us, so I ended up having McDonald's. I cheated, but it's day one, so it's okay. But also my goal was to track it, and I did track it, even though it doesn't look great on my tracker, but I tracked it. I did, what I said I was going to do. So I ate it, I tracked it. It is what it is. I have also been super productive. I got all those lists done that I wanted. I did my learning for the day. I watched some of Amy's videos. I watched Sarah's 2 videos. I have also caught up on a couple of my friends' videos. I watched Cody the Writer, his new video about tips for writing with ADHD, which was super helpful as a fellow ADHD girly. And another like 75 hard vlog that somebody else was doing. I will link their channels down below. And I have done some work for my clients. I sent an email to my one client, did social media for both my clients, and I have one more email that I need to answer and a text I need to send. So I'm going to do those 2 things, and then my VA work for today will be done. Later now, it is almost 2 o'clock. I have been super productive today. These are the kinds of days when I love staying home and not allowing myself to sleep in, not allowing myself to like rot on the couch and scroll away or watch TV or whatever. It has been super productive, even though I haven't watched TV, but I have been watching a lot of vlogs. So I watched one of Natalie Jane Shields' new vlogs. I'm watching Belle Brooke right now. She just posted a new vlog that I am watching. Who else? There's a couple of others. I watched Cody's recent vlog. Or it wasn't really a vlog, but like his sit down chatty video. And I did my video work I talked about. I started editing the last Disneyland video that is going to be going up probably tomorrow, so I need to get that up, or that need to finish getting that edited, I should say. What else? I fed the dogs. I cleaned out. What I have mainly been doing is cleaning out all of my drawers. So we have this dresser right here in our bedroom, and our bed also has, if I can kind of show you guys here, down here there's drawers. Down here there's drawers. Like the base of our bed is drawers. And I went through and I emptied all 5 of these drawers, cleaned them out, hung up a bunch of stuff in the closet, cleaned up the closet somewhat. I also showered. Yeah, so I've gotten a lot of things done today. So I'm gonna go downstairs. I'm gonna keep with this momentum and keep getting things checked off of this checklist for today. I have watched several videos, like I said, I want to go, and I'm watching them on my TV, so I can't comment on them on my TV. So I'm gonna go back on my phone and look at all the videos that I've watched and go back and leave comments for everybody on them. And what else do I need to do? I need to finish editing this Disneyland vlog. I grabbed my cup back here because I need to get going on that water goal for the day. I've been watching my steps. Since I ended up having McDonald's, I'm gonna go downstairs and clean out our sink, empty our dishwasher, clean up some stuff down there. It's about time to give Lily her next medication, make sure she's getting some water and stuff, and yeah, just keep chugging along through the day. Good morning, guys. It is Saturday the 7th, I think. Now it is just almost 5:30. Dobby woke me up because he needed to go out, so I figured I would stay up. I'm making my coffee. I'm gonna grab my journal and Bible and stuff to do my morning routine and get this day started. It is several hours later. It is 10:30 now. I got up this morning. I did my Bible study. I did my journaling. What else? I fed Lily, got her meds, did all the things, and then I just sat down and wrote 695 words. I did a quick 15-minute writing sprint and got those words down and finished a chapter, which is awesome. I've gotten some things checked off of my to-do list for day 2 with the 75 soft challenge, author's edition, and I'm going to keep working through my list. I have some content stuff that I need to get up, but I just realized that today is double down day in the Heart Breathings community, and they're going to be doing sprints all day.
Real begins to play in my mind's eye of the horrors I've endured. I see myself as if from a vantage point outside of my own body, waking up in an unfamiliar room, watching the emotions play across my face as I wake, confused and disoriented, as I
Okay, so it is Sunday the 8th now. I am sitting downstairs. I have some coffee, and I thought we'd do a quick little catch up. I'm not gonna lie, the last couple of days have been pretty stressful. Trying to take care of Lily, make sure that she's okay. So it has been a lot, just kind of readjusting everything. We are on, today is day 3 of the 75 soft challenge, and it is already going really well. Have I been checking off every single thing on these lists? No. Have I checked off most of them? Yes. Am I being much more aware of all the things, tracking my food, tracking my steps, trying to get to bed early? Yes. It is keeping all of those things like at the forefront of my mind. I have been posting more on my social medias, got some work done for my VA clients, got a new knitting project started, got further into the alpha reads that I'm doing for some of my friends, just all the things. And that is like my biggest goal, is that I don't necessarily have to check off all of these things every day. It's about creating those habits and shifting those routines. But also the biggest outcome of all this is that yesterday I wrote on Friday, I wrote, I think 600 and something words, so over my 500 goal. Yesterday, I wrote over 2,000 words. I jumped into sprints with my friends in our Discord last night, ended up doing like 3 or 4 sprints, and I ended up writing over 2,000 words. And I am coming in close to the ending of the Hollow Crown. I think I have, based on the loose outline that I have, I would say maybe 4 or 5 more chapters. I'm thinking maybe another 5,000 words, maybe a little bit more. I think I said yesterday, it was like 10,000 words or less left. So maybe I could finish the Hollow Crown this week. That would be amazing. If I could finish the Hollow Crown in the first week of this challenge, that would be awesome. So while Nick is upstairs getting ready and showering, we're gonna go grab some breakfast, do some last minute grocery shopping and stuff, and prepare for the week. While he is doing that, get ready and everything, I am gonna sit down here and keep getting through my list. I already did my little morning routine. I think I might try to do some more writing.